Mm. I'm half asleep, but I'm going to try to get this theory out nonetheless. All human beings carry what we call a recessive fluid gay trait and transgene. The key word is recessive and fluid by nature. Otherwise put, if you're a member of the human species and you have a fixed queer identity, then for sure a mutation has happened in the realm of the genetic chromosphere. Otherwise put, if the gay trait is recessive and fluid, then you are a healthy member of society. So what do I mean by that? All human beings carry this recessive trait, meaning that identity is not fixed in the sense that it can be altered culturally and through programming, environmentally. So, for instance, you can put people in a certain environment that can cause them to lean more towards a queer lifestyle or less towards a queer lifestyle. And all human beings can be molded this way. We all carry that recessive trait. Recessive meaning the trait is underlying, therefore, this trait is not a fixed identity. Okay? So let's just suppose you belong to the group of people who identify as bisexual and you're exploring the LGBTQ plus community and you're in this club and seeing where you fit in. Well, at this point, you're perfectly normal. You're perfectly normal. So long as your attraction leans more towards the opposite sex. Right? If your attraction leans more towards same sex than opposite sex, then there's been a deviancy from nature, or a fall from nature, if you will. Okay? So to give you an example of this, let's just suppose we put a group of men in a prison environment, and then we put another group of women in a prison environment for so long. And we track them over the course of the years, you're going to start to see tendencies that develop that lean more and more towards a queer nature over time. And the reason being is that in the psychological sense, queer culture is a reflection of a prison culture. So your body might not be in a prison, but if you're living, your lifestyle is that of a fixed identity, then mentally you are. It's like you're living with your mind in a cage. So let's just suppose we put so-called perfectly straight people in a prison environment. They would over time start to lean more gay. And that doesn't mean that they're not normal. It just means that they're human. This would happen to any human being. Now we unlock the prison doors, and the freed men and women, when they come out, their attraction is more towards the opposite sex. Well, then that's normal. However, if you come out of the prison with a fixed queer identity, then that means during your time there, a mutation has occurred in the realm of the genetic chromosphere. Okay? And how do we know that people with a fixed queer identity are waving the red flags, that a mutation has occurred? And well, that's simple. Let us just suppose that all of humanity identified as queer. Okay? In which case, the Darwinian code, survival of species, would be shattered. And therefore, we would cease to exist as a human species. So, you're perfectly healthy so long as the gay trait, the trans trait, is just that, just what it is by genetic design, a recessive trait. If the recessive trait becomes dominant, then your brain has been mutated.